Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today I'm back to love or money, which is more important, Sadhguru. So I'm going back to just not yoga reactions, just to kind of take a break from it for a little bit and then get back into finding out about the different yogas. So going back to the routine again with Sadhguru. So love or money? Of course, love is more important. You can't Some people say you can't buy love with money, but you cannot buy genuine love with money. But of course, money does help. Doesn't guarantee you happiness or anything, but it does relieve a lot of stress. So let's see what Sadhguru has to say.
So right now what you're doing is, you're pitting sweetness of emotion versus sweetness of the surroundings. Pleasantness of surroundings will not happen unless there is a skill to it, there's a talent to it. Now relationship is hard work. You have to build it, you have to manage it, there are many aspects to it. I'm just asking you to upgrade your technology so that your self-start.
This is an answer I need. Like, can we survive with love and not enough money, or is money important and then we can also find love, like, whenever we can?
Well, there's a thing. I watched some Red Pill and Manosphere stuff, and a lot of, and at least in Western world or in the United States, I'm not sure if it's just Western world or whatever, or I'm sure it's probably everywhere else too. But the thing they say is that, at least from what they say, men should focus on themselves and money in a sense. And not necessarily it's like, oh, to be a billionaire or anything, but to be stable and have a foundation so that you can attract the right people, that you are not the one looking for women, but the women are looking for you. And I forget, there was a really good quote that they said, and oh yeah, it was along the lines like, if you chase women, you run out of money, but if you chase money, you won't run out of women, or something like that. It's just kind of terrible. But obviously, I guess there's still the stereotypical thing where men are the, I guess, kind of builds the nest in a sense to make it comfortable, and the women come and kind of see whether they like it or not. But you have to be the best, and then a whole bunch of women will come in and you have your choosing of who you want to be with. But of course you still have to be careful. But anyways, that's some of the sayings that said, obviously a relationship is a two-way road, you and your partner. So love is more important, and hopefully if you find someone that loves you because of your money, if you run out of that, they won't love you.
If we do.
See, what you call as myself right now is a body, a certain amount of thought and ideas and whatever.
We will stick to this dimension. If you go to another dimension, I'll lose you there.
And there is a bunch of emotions.
Okay.
And there is life energy. Without that energy, all this wouldn't be functioning.
Okay.
So these are four dimensions.
Okay.
What you're referring to as love is a certain sweetness of emotion. The question is not about who triggered it for you. It is just that because of somebody or something, you started experiencing a certain sweetness of emotion, which became so valuable at that time, you promised a kidney. At that moment, because that sweetness meant so much that actually in Hindi they say something, what, gurda, something, what is that? What is that, huh? Something I will give away my kidney. That same thing is said in a more powerful way.
Okay.
So, at that moment I'm willing to pull my kidney out and give it you, but not the hair. That is clear, okay.
The expression, in, at least in the West, that I hear is like, you know, rip my heart out and give it to you, because heart is considered to be part of love. Okay, what's the phrase? Let me know in the comments below, because I'm curious. The phrase in America is, I think, I mean, I don't know anyone that says it, but generally speaking, I'll rip my heart out and give it to you if that's what you want. It's not really a phrase I hear, but that would be the organ that you would give, is the heart, because that's love, where love is, supposedly.
So essentially it's sweetness of emotion. What sweetness means is, See, if the body becomes sweet, we call this health. You feel healthy because there is a certain sweetness in the body, pleasantness. Sweetness is pleasantness, isn't it? You call something sweet because you say, oh, she's so sweet, because she's pleasant. For you, in your experience, she is pleasant, so you say it is sweet. So, if your body becomes pleasant, we call this health. If it becomes very pleasant, we call this pleasure. If your mind becomes pleasant, we call this peace. You're feeling pleasant, so you say, I'm peaceful. It became very pleasant, you call this joy. Your emotions become pleasant, you call this love. It became very pleasant, now you call it compassion. If it is somewhat pleasant only for one person, we call this passion. It became very pleasant, we call it compassion. Now, you feel like that absolute sweetness towards the tree and the air you breathe and the people, you don't even know who they are, it doesn't matter, you have pleasantness. So we say compassion. If your very life energies become pleasant, we call this bliss. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it ecstasy. If your surroundings become pleasant, we call this success. So right now what you're doing is, you're pitting sweetness of emotion versus sweetness of the surroundings. To create sweetness of the surroundings, we need the cooperation of many forces. Situations have to cooperate, people have to cooperate, many things have to fall into place, otherwise success doesn't happen. Pleasantness of surroundings will not happen unless there is a skill to it, there's a talent to it, there's a certain amount of management to it, there are many things. But the sweetness of the body, the sweetness of the mind, the sweetness of the emotion and the sweetness of your energy must be 100% your making, isn't it? Yes or no? The sweetness of the surroundings, everybody has a stake, all of them will play a role in this.
He shook his head, but I'm assuming he meant yes, I agree with you. Like, well, I guess I shake my head sometimes like, oh my gosh, it's more like I can't believe it, but…
But the other four dimensions, the sweetness should be managed by you. So if you are in charge of that, then you would keep this always profusely sweet. Your mind, your emotion, your body, everything, you would keep it that way. Then all these struggles wouldn't even be relevant to you. This is one dimension. Money is a means to facilitate external situations. Love is a means to create internal pleasantness.
What I'm saying is, the sweetness of inside or sweetness of surroundings both require time to build that sweetness.
No.
Huh?
I was thinking, it's like, I would agree with him there, because, you know, to build internal sweetness, obviously not everyone's born knowing about the internal bliss or ecstasy, Atman, Brahman. And then for external things, obviously, you don't have to be a billionaire or millionaire or anything like that. It's just to make enough money where you can live comfortably, have enough in savings, and to have enough money to also do things that you want. All that does require time, but yet Sadhguru is saying no.
Like if I have to be successful in my…
Sweetness of outside needs time, energy, effort, resource.
Like a relationship needs nurturing, you need to spend time
See, that
with
is the different thing.
And that's what I was thinking. It's like the person asking Sadhguru the question was more love in terms of partnership, and I think Sadhguru was talking about love as internal to yourself, I believe.
This is what I'm trying to distinguish. See, love is what happens within you. This is the sweetness of your heart. Relationship is… sometimes it's hard work.
Oh, when I'm talking about love, I'm not talking spiritual, this is all
No, I'm
relationship
not talking
only,
anything
everything.
spiritual.
Is Sadhguru saying now love with someone is also part of the external thing, where your surroundings takes time, your house, it takes time to accumulate enough money to buy a house or to rent a house, it takes time to accumulate to buy a car, but it also takes time to make a person pleasant, I guess you could say. Not pleasant, but like love, but not the same kind of love like internal love. They're just true too. So that's odd. Sadhguru puts this your partner, your significant other, as part of the external part, not internal. I think.
There's nothing spiritual, this is emotion.
Okay.
See, right now, you're smiling.
Yeah.
Is it spiritual or just a regular smiler?
Spiritual dimension I don't understand.
That is
I'm
what,
full
you
ground.
don't have to understand that because you don't even have to name it that. All I'm saying is, if your body is feeling pleasant, you feel
smile.
healthy
Yeah.
and nice. If your mind is feeling pleasant, you feel peaceful and joyful. If your emotion is feeling pleasant, you feel loving and compassionate. So, why do you want to call it spiritual, non-spiritual nonsense? There's no such thing. So right now you sit here, you have very sweet emotion, not towards anything or anybody, you're just sitting here, sweet emotions. Has it happened to you? Nobody need to be there, just like that. If there is something, you share it. If there is nothing, you can sit here with a very sweet emotion. Now relationship is hard work. That is external success. You have to build it, you have to manage it, there are many aspects to it. While the other person may be looking at your external situations too, all right? They're not just looking at the sweetness of your heart, they're also looking at what you're wearing, what you're driving, how you are, who you are, everything they're looking at it.
I noticed this guy just, he does that a lot. It sticks out a little bit. I wish it'd wait, but I did it too just just now.
So, a relationship involves those dimensions, you cannot say it is completely free of that. Well, when the Gurda thing happens, maybe little bit they will cross that. But it doesn't mean it's completely free of that, no. It's always involved, physical things are involved, isn't it?
This sweetness, what did you call love? Sweetness of the heart.
Sweetness of your emotion.
Sweetness of my emotion, if it happens with 2-3 people, then…
It cannot happen with 2-3 people, it can only happen within you.
Okay.
It only happens within you.
If it is happening within me…
No, 3 people are stimulating it. 3 people may be stimulating it.
Okay.
I am asking you, do you want to be a push-start machine or a self-start machine?
Self-start?
Self-start means your sweetness must be turned on by you. If you want to share it, you can share it. If you don't want to share it, you don't share it. But you must be sweet for your own self, not for some… See, love is not about somebody, it's the pleasantness of your existence, isn't it? Is it not important? Forget about other people, relationship stuff. But is it not important if you sit here, you are pleasant by your own nature, somebody need not come and poke you and crank you to be pleasant? Right now, what you're talking about is, 3 people have to crank me to make me pleasant. Very poor machine.
Yeah.
You remember the old ambassadors?
Yeah.
Always they parked down slope, because morning you have to push. Now all the cars are self-start. Improvement, technological improvement or no? I'm just asking you to upgrade your technology so that you self-start. If you wake up in the morning, you're full of joy and love. If somebody comes, we will share. If nobody comes, we're just fine.
He doesn't get it. I mean, I hope he got it at the end there. Yeah. So I guess correctly, yeah, you have to, and this is something that, again, something I've heard too, where you have your happiness, your love cannot depend on other people. This is something before I started watching all of this. Now it's all tying into what Sadhguru says, where everything within you is, end of the video by the way, so it's me talking now. So everything within you must come from you. You must be your own happiness. You must be your own whatever it is, whatever it happens to be that you want to be. Because, well, technically, from what Sadhguru is saying, you know, all the emotions, joys, whatever, it's all inside of you, all being produced by you, your body, your mind. And if something makes you mad, well, that's your body doing it. You don't have to be mad. You can just stop that emotion kind of deal. It's difficult, obviously, but with whichever yoga you happen to follow or do can hopefully help you with that. I was going to say bhakti. That's definitely the emotion part from my understanding, but it's more of the release of not really holding that emotion. Anyways, but yeah, I didn't realize that neither, that Sadhguru separates the significant other from love, but uses it as external, as in like a car, a house, your job. All these things takes time and effort to get or obtain, but the love from within you is different. That must come from you, and that can be, and it still, I would say, still takes time, because not everyone, understands that. Not everyone, like that guy, clearly, hopefully he does though, that love must come from within. Love yourself, which is, Westerners have said that too, but it's not quite in the same sense, but it's similar. Actually, it's the same, but just taught a little bit differently. But anyways, that's my reaction to love or money, which is more important. Love, in this sense, was talking from the guy's perspective, was supposed to be a love between a significant other, but he kind of combines it with self-love, and not what Sadhguru was talking about external things too. Very interesting. I definitely didn't think about it the way Sadhguru did, and I would have never thought about it that way, honestly. Although I would say I did categorize it in some sense with Sadhguru, where it takes time for your significant other to build that relationship, but the love is more important between you and that person, but again, different. Anyways, that's my reaction to this video. If you like my content, please consider subscribing, thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.